Christmas special. Glenn, it's Christmas 2017. Can you believe it?
3 days off.
3 days off.
Are you excited? Or do you get excited for Christmas anymore?
No, it's different now. I mean, there's a lot of things changed, especially where we live. We live in California now, so I was wearing my shorts and t-shirts today. And
it was freezing this morning, though.
It was cold, wasn't it?
45 degrees this morning in LA.
I mean,
don't really get that cold over here, so it was good.
I'd done a Snapchat post this morning talking about how, because I got in the car and I had my shorts and t-shirt on, and it was cold. I was like, oh God. And it just made us think, like, I really don't miss living in England, because this time of year you're scraping the ice off your window screen and all that.
Yeah.
You're boiling the kettle and pouring in your car. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I don't miss that. And it doesn't really feel like Christmas.
Not at all. It's weird, isn't it? I don't really like having Christmas over here. I like being back home for a couple of weeks, getting more of the spirit.
Yeah. I've been saying for the last few years that I want to go to Big Bear for Christmas. Big Bear's a 2-hour drive away from where we are now, and it's beautiful, especially this time of year. It's full of snow. It's got like the big Christmas trees everywhere, like natural, and it's lovely. But I keep having babies every year, so I kind of tackle baby there because it's altitude. So next year I'll go to Big Bear. So yeah, it's Christmas. This is the Q&A Christmas special.
Q&A.
I posted a little video on Instagram today asking people to send us the questions, and someone commented saying, "Do you not mean Q&A, not Q&E?" Did
you put Q&E? Oh, because he couldn't understand your accent.
My accent? Is it that strong? Q&E. Q&E.
Come on, people.
Come on, peeps.
You should know by now.
So yeah, thank you for all your questions. We've got quite a few questions, and we're going to get through as many as we can. Got some good ones.
What's the general vibe out? Because I know you've had a browse through some of the questions.
You know what, mate? I haven't. I looked at like 2 or 3 and just fitness ones.
All right, so we don't really know what's going to be coming then.
No.
These questions.
And for the first time, I come up with this genius idea of send us your video and send us a video with your question on. You talk on your question. I'll be able to play that through this. I think it's really good. Do you know? Genius. Thank you, mate. Thank you. But remember before you were talking about Ben Greenfield's podcast where people can leave voice notes and you can play that on your podcast. That sounds great, but if someone went to the Boxing Life podcast website and we had that on there, that feature on there, which we don't, it would be a bit of a pain in the arse to pull that file from the website and put it in with the podcast.
And put it onto the podcast.
But where now I can play it from my phone and record it straight in, and like there's not much work doing, so it's more efficient. So 2017's been a great year. I've stuck to my New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution in 2016, I drank so much. You know how much I drank. And I was drinking every night in the house.
Yeah.
Gone out with you, drinking ridiculous amounts of alcohol. I just thought, nah, I need time off it because I got fat.
Do you think you've been better this year without it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Look how the Boxing Burn Academy's done.
Yeah.
And the last 6 months or 7 months, probably most of the year really, I've just concentrated on the Boxing Burn Academy.
Do you think when you were drinking though, like that you were unproductive? Because I remember you saying a while ago, it's like if you had a couple of glasses of wine, you'd feel well productive and you'd be like in the zone working.
Right. Yeah. At that time, I remember the one night in Vegas when me and you were drunk and we sat in the hotel lobby.
Yeah, all we talked about was work.
And we got to come up with some great ideas.
Yeah.
But no, like the next day after you've had a drink and you're feeling a bit rough, you're a little bit lethargic, a little bit slow. So obviously your productivity is not through the roof.
Yeah.
So, and I think like I've been a lot better without it, although I've had a really hard time switching off at night, and like little stupid things play on your mind, which has been pretty tough.
Have you started meditating yet?
I can't do it.
You can't.
I can't, mate.
Just
I
practice.
give up. I've practiced.
I'm telling you, that'll be the game changer.
It's not, mate. It's not for everyone. There's different way. I've tried different things with meditating, like the Headspace app, and I can't do it, mate. It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's really not. And you know, I've had so many great guests on this podcast this year who swear by meditation.
Yeah. It's changed a lot for me as well. Like this last year, I've been doing it every night, just sleep meditations.
Yeah.
And then, we've talked about it before, but yeah, I've felt a big difference from it. I feel calmer in life. Like, I'm not as bothered and stressed about stuff as much. And I sleep a lot better.
You do?
Yeah.
So I've got one. I don't know if I told you. I got one of them spike mats. I had
I saw that.
Tyrio from Four Sigmatic on the podcast, and
Is that a new question that just came in?
it is actually. I had two from Four Sigmatic on the podcast. Check out that podcast, the mushroom guy, and he told me he sleeps on spike mats, and I was like, what? How? Anyway, so I bought one, and I've been
looks a bit out there.
It
is
is
weird, like.
But it's good. And if you go to boxlifepodcast.com/recommends, by the way, this is the first time I've mentioned this. I've got a page on there where things that I recommend, and I put that sleep mat on there so you can check it out. I think they're like $25 on Amazon. But if you go to that boxlifepodcast.com/recommends, you'll see that and some other things on there. And it's good. I lie on it and it hurts. But
so it's like a self-acupuncture type effect, or what?
I think that's what the class it has, but it's not so much acupuncture where it sticks through your skin. It does stick in your skin and it hurts. But the thing where it helps me, I think it's because it's like if you've got a bad belly and I punch you in the arm, you're not thinking about your bad belly, you're thinking about your arm.
Right. So it distracts the pain.
It distracts your focus from that shit.
Yeah.
But I recommend getting one and giving it a go. I was just telling my client about it. So
what else? So go on.
Having that year off the booze has been great, and the big question is what you keep asking us is, so January 1st, are
you back on it? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. What's next?
I didn't think so.
You're addicted to the not drinking now. It's like it's going the other way.
I know,
but I know exactly how you feel because I did 6 weeks, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep this going. But the challenge of not doing it becomes addictive.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then it's like, how far can I take it?
I know. Let's get through some of these questions. I'm looking forward to seeing what they are. So, like I said, we've asked people to record videos and send them in. And with these videos on Instagram, I can't view the video. I can view the video, but I can only view it once or maybe twice. And then the video deletes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Snapchat, isn't it?
So I'm afraid of some of them, what they might be. I think I've got like 5 or 6 videos here. So I'm going to play them on the phone. This is the first time that we've heard them. The first time you've heard them. So let's see what it is. The first one is off Three Lions Real Estate. This is our friend Michael White. He's a trainer at the gym. He listens to all our podcasts. But this is the one that I'm worried about. So here it is.
We have no idea what's coming, so bear with us.
Right, let's see if we can hear this.
I just wanted to know why you don't do more private sessions when you can make $300 an hour.
Try to talk like me.
Hello, Tony. I just wanted to know why you don't do more private sessions when you can make $300 an hour.
First of all, Michael White, you sound like a pedo. So, yeah, definitely do. Why don't I do more private sessions? Because I can make $300 an hour. I'm not a fan of one-on-one training anymore, really. I train people. I mean, Glenn, you train all day, every day. You that's all you do. You train one-on-one sessions like all the time.
Yeah.
That's why you're 6-figure Glenn, making a fortune.
I enjoy it. I love training people.
I enjoy training people who really like to train. I think I got put off a little bit early in my personal training career, training people who don't want to train. And that might sound crazy to people, like, why the fuck would anyone want to come and train with you if they don't want to train? But you've seen some of the clients I had, these rich kids who...
Show up 45 minutes late.
Yeah, I mean, that was my favourite kind cost. I get paid. No, not really, but... But
does it not? Do you not get that sense that you're just wasting your time when that happens? Even though you're getting paid, it's like, I've just been stood around doing nothing for 45 minutes. You've not made an impact on anyone. You've not actually worked.
No. So, I mean, that kind of put a bit of taste in my mouth about training one-on-ones. But no, the only people I train now is people who really want to work out and have a good time and have fun.
I think like the way you go about picking people you want to train is like, it's people who you've built like business relationships with, or like, you know, you've networked with or whatever, and it's like that's the common ground. Is like you do a training session with them now and again, or when they're in town or something like that.
It's funny, I train more people for free than I do for
you do it more as a relationship building.
So that I might train one session every 2 weeks for free, but so it's not more.
Yeah.
But that's why really.
But I think what the way you think as well is like you put most of your time into building things that are gonna be bigger long term.
Yeah.
So you're putting your time into building the gyms, building the brand, building the Box and Burn Academy, you know, that kind of stuff, and that's, you know, that's setting the groundwork for making money while you sleep
Yeah.
long term.
Where you're making a lot of money straight up weekly.
Me,
Yeah.
yeah, but at the same, I'm like you. I wanna
That's why you
I want to do more where
More
I've
the
got more
passive income.
time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm working towards that. But right now, what pays my bills is private training. So that's where I've got to put my main focus, you know.
All right. Here's the next question. This is off Maggie Sniffen. Maggie is the girl who won the personal
Oh,
training
yeah,
session
she
with
won
you.
the session with me, yeah.
Yeah, we
She
did.
posted a great review on iTunes and won a private training session, and I trained her, I think, about a month ago.
She's also done the level 1 and level 2 Boxman Academy. So here it is, the question of Maggie.
Disclaimer, this questions will take more than one video, so just, accept it. Okay?
She's wanting that time.
You guys have the best quality trainers, no doubt, and I imagine that's partly due to the mutual investment you and them both put in, but not every hire is right. So my question is, how do you negotiate and navigate the difference between putting a little more time into getting someone to the quality that you want them at versus it being time to let them go? And the reason I ask this is because I imagine you're not just these trainers' employers, you're also their mentors and their educators and their friends, so that sort of professional line can potentially get blurred. So how do you negotiate that? So how do you negotiate that professional line and boundary? And then how do you negotiate and navigate the conversation with each other as co-owners over when to let someone go or not? Thanks. Okay, one more question, and then I promise I'm done. It's not a substantial quality question, but I like to stir the pot. Who is your favorite and why Box and Burn employee and Box and Burn member?
That's not fair. I'm not answering that.
Wow. Let's play that question again. No, not really. Bloody hell, Maggie, you've just took up 5 minutes of me podcast. Anyway, great question. The hiring process has been a long process, and we've learned a lot along the 5.5 years that we've been doing this. It's been kind of hit and miss. Although now the hiring process is a lot better, and now at one time we grew that fast. Box and Burn grew that fast. We needed trainers right then and there. So I remember there was one guy, Sideshow Bob, we used to call him. He came in and he was like,
David Hay.
that's what he looked like, didn't he? And it was like, have you boxed before? Yeah, I've worked at all these gyms. All right, sound. And then that was kind of it. We hired him. And he was terrible.
But the thing was, back in the day, we needed manpower. So we had so many people coming into these classes, and the gym was so full of members and people trying to get mitt work and get a good workout in. We just needed anyone we could get.
Yeah.
Just can you hold mitts and catch some punches? Yep, all right, done, you're in. Hire them and pay them per class. So that's what we needed at the beginning. And then as we grew and got smarter and put systems in place, we realized we can actually hire some talented trainers and hire people who actually want to do this for a career, which has always been the challenge, hiring career-based trainers. So in the beginning, it was more just get people in. And I think now the approach is more, I know this is your approach, but hire passion first.
Yes.
And then train the skill and develop the talent over the weeks and months. So, I mean, obviously there has to be some degree of skill and talent to start, but it doesn't have to be the be-all and end-all. If someone's passionate as they can be and they really want it, and this is, clearly what they care about is being in the fitness industry or working for your gym, or they came started as a member of the gym and just really want to work there, that's a good starting ground.
Hire personality and train skill. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Because you can get someone with 1 million certifications who really knows the body and really knows fitness, or really knows the industry that you're in. It's not just for fitness. But if they haven't got the work ethic and they haven't got the personality, the boring, it's not going to go very far.
They got degrees coming out their ass, but they can't hold down a conversation or say hello to someone, then it's useless.
Which we've seen. And then talking about letting people go, that's been it's always tough letting people go. It's always nerve-wracking. And we've let probably 6 or 7 trainers go in the 5 years. And I mean, even though the only reason we've let them go is because we wanted to let them go, it's still been difficult, to actually sit down with them and say, listen, this is...
It's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And there's been times in the past, more times than not, where we've kept someone on for way too long. We should have let them go weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, I think just about every single person that we've let go, we should. If you think about it now, everyone we've let go, we should let them go a long
Sooner.
time before we actually let them go.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hardest thing is letting someone go as soon as you realise they're not for us.
Yeah, definitely. That's always the toughest part. The last part of Maggie's question: who's your favourite member?
Or member, she said. I thought you said
or trainer. Sorry, yeah.
My favourite trainer is probably Michael White.
Well, he's not a trainer; he's a realist.
The one who asked the first question. No, obviously it's Glenn, Stephen. That them two boys who's been with us from the very beginning. I mean, and look at them now, the two best, highest earning trainers in the company. Obviously, it's hard not to see them. But then we've got lots of other trainers now. I think the team that we've got right now is the best team that we've ever had by far. Like
the thing is, it's hard to pick a favourite because everyone has a different quality that they bring. You know, like some trainers are just like the life of the gym and the members love them and they're like full of personality, and then others are just kind of stay off to the side and just get their work done and don't cause any issues, and others are like doing really well financially, and others are bringing knowledge. So everyone brings something different.
Yeah, I hope that answered your very short question.
I'm sitting on the fence.
All right, give us the best trainer then.
The best trainer or my favourite trainer?
Yeah, if you have one quick.
Oh shit! I can't even think of everyone. We have too many.
Shit, mate, you. All right, next question is off our friend Kevin.
So, Tony, we know you're now a proud American citizen. USA! But if there's one thing that you could bring from England over here to the US, what would it be?
That's a great question.
And my second part, small question, is we know you've gone the whole of 2017 without a drop of liquor or a single drink. Do you think that that's provided you a lot of health benefits, or was it just a matter of... So, Tony, we know you're now...
Right, yeah, so I'll start off. So, I mean, the second question got already answered in the...
Yeah, we already
that's
answered
awesome.
it.
And like I said, we've never listened to these back. This is the first time we're listening to these videos. But thanks for that, Kev. I'm glad that you're on this podcast with us, Glenn, because it's like, what would I bring from England right now? What would I bring from England?
What's it?
The crisps. The Walker's crisps. I think
that's a good question. That's tough to answer.
Do you know what? I miss some of the food from England, but at the same time, when you really, really think about it, now I'm pretty educated in food. I like to think it's all shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's all bad for you.
England's really good at shit food.
Yeah,
like stuff that's terrible for you. We're really good at it.
Yeah,
pies, curries.
Yeah, I think the thing would be the food. Like the Indian food is the best. You can't get a good Indian out here in America.
You can get decent Indian out here, but it's not the same.
Yeah. So I would, if I had to pick one thing,
so it's going to be food based.
Would be food.
Is there anything? Yeah, it's tough. Is there anything that we do better that they're missing out of over here? Not really. I think everything's better over here.
It is. It really is, and I'm not just saying that. That's why we live here, isn't it?
Yeah.
But thanks for the question, Kev. I appreciate that. So next one we've got with what's Kev's Instagram? Let me find that again. I like to give people shout outs. So if you listen to this and you want us to answer a question, we will do that.
Surnier Fit.
Surnier Fit.
SUR ear fit.
Yeah. SURN fit. Anyway, next question. This is from innerstrength_TS. Ready?
Sorry for the late reply, but my question was about boxing, and I wanted to know what was yours and Glenn's favorite exercises to build up a strong lead hook. By strong, I mean powerful and quick as well. Thank you.
Great question.
That's a good question.
Great question. Thanks for that question, mate. And this is from Inner Strength Training Systems on Instagram. Mm-hmm. To build up the lead hook, what exercises? I think it comes down to relaxation and getting the technique right. I know there'd be things like other thing I would say would be, if it was an exercise, it would be using the med ball against the wall, turning your hips and slamming the med ball in, and using that hip rotation, getting the core strong. But yeah, I think to build the strong lead hook, strong as in powerful, you need to concentrate on technique, transferring the weight from the front foot to the back foot. But when you finish the hook, your weight should be on the back foot. Your front heel should be off the ground. And this is something I've made a video about this to put on Instagram. One of them tip videos I've done, but I've never posted yet because the background looks shit. But I want to post a video on this very soon. But yeah, I think getting the technique right, learn how to breathe and learn how to transfer the weight is everything in getting more powerful into that hook.
Yeah. I think the main reason why people struggle with the lead hook is because their front side, their lead side is usually their weaker side, right? So if you're an orthodox boxer, you're right-handed, that's your power side. You're throwing a punch from your left side, so people struggle to rotate the left hip, rotate the left shoulder, left wrist. That's all that left side's your naturally weaker side. So I think if you can do a lot of rotational movements, just focusing on rotating that left side, like you said, med ball slams against the wall, even developing a lot of front shoulder strength, so doing like unilateral push-ups and like single arm push-ups, body weight type stuff and explosive stuff off the ground to like make your shoulder and your core and your obliques fire fast.
Yeah.
That stuff's all really good for that.
There's a video on me on YouTube. It's recorded with a Nokia 3210 when I was 15 years old, and the quality's shit. But I'll get it in the show notes. Go to boxinglifepodcast.com/Christmas, and Jackie will put it in the show notes. And all I'm doing is practicing the left hook for like 30 seconds, and I'm smashing this bag in.
Just like over and over.
Just boom.
Yeah, repetition.
Boom, repetition exactly. On a bag. Get comfortable throwing it. And my left hook was one of my best punches. I generate lots of power in it. Just by practicing it, getting that technique down, exhaling when you throw that.
That's one of the reasons why I felt more comfortable in the southpaw stance, because the minute that I did it, when I was working with my boxing coach, he goes, try a hook in the southpaw stance. And like the first couple that I did, he was like, all right, we're going to do southpaw from now on. Because it was just way easier from my right side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a more common thing in boxing now, people boxing with their power side forward.
Yeah. And when teaching someone how to throw a left hook, tell them for the first time it's going to be an awkward punch. Because if you're a trainer and you're teaching someone boxing and you're going to teach them a hook, it's going to feel awkward, especially the first time you throw it. So if you tell them, prepare them, because the last thing that you want to do as a trainer is make your client feel awkward.
Yeah.
That's why we always tell them that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, next question from Joe Buckner. Joe's done the both Boxing Burn level 1 and level 2 academy. Great fella. Got his own boxing gym, so here it is.
My main man, Tony Jeffries, here's my question. At what point did you and Kev know that it was time to go from one location to two, and what were some of the deciding factors in that? Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Joe.
Shout out to Joe. He has a gym called Beautifully Savage, if anyone's in the Colorado area.
Yeah, he does some great stuff.
Out.
His T-shirts and that's class, aren't they?
Yeah,
all his
really
stuff's
good.
Really good guy.
Top lad.
When going from one gym to two gyms, it's a funny topic because I'm all like, if you listen to the podcast and we've spoke about with me and Kevin the differences, I'm all go, where Kev's a bit more reserved and he likes to think and make sure things is the right before we go into it. And when it come to opening the second location, it was something that we kind of disagreed that Kev wasn't 100% ready to do it, where I just thought, let's do it. The first location was booming. Business was really good. We couldn't really fit any more people into Santa Monica. We were having classes of 60, 65. We even had one class of 70 people.
Yeah.
So it was like, what can we do? It's time to step up and open that next gym. So after a few conversations with me and Kev, we agreed, let's do it. We found the Brentwood location. Then we opened it up. And yeah, I mean...
looking back on it, it was the right decision, I think, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, look what it's done for the brand. It's really blew the brand up. And we learned a lot. We learned so much. Like I said, we were growing that fast. And then we opened that second location, even though Kev was probably right about the time and it wasn't the perfect time. But we did it anyway, and then we learned, and we needed more trainers, so that's when we were hiring some shit trainers. Yeah. And I mean we learned, and now it's great.
There's never really a perfect time, though, is there? I don't think.
No, and
I think if you sit around and wait until you feel comfortable enough to make a move, I don't think you'll ever get to that.
Yeah,
point.
and that's one thing that I'm massive on is like, and we've had like Steve Krebs was saying it a lot, and Kevin Cruz says it a lot, is perfection prevents productivity. If you wait for the perfect time in anything, not just opening another gym, but in anything, you're going to be waiting a long time.
Yeah.
Like the Boxing Burn Academy, our education program, we decided that we were going to do that one day. We announced it the next day in 8 weeks, and we never had anything planned.
Yeah.
Remember me and you sitting in Blue Daisy, writing down what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So if we wait for the perfect time, we'd probably still be waiting right now. Because especially how busy we are.
Yeah, we'll be like, no, it's not ready yet.
We haven't got time. So that's what I think with everything that you do is just do it. You just got to do it. If you're going to do it, do it. Like think if you can do it, think about it. But yeah, if you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, I think that's the biggest thing that prevents people from success is fear, and that's when you're trying to look for perfection all the time, it's kind of the fear that it's not perfect.
Yeah,
so
or it might not work or whatever. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, fear stops people from being successful.
I really want to do this, but what if it doesn't work, or what if people don't like it? It's like, nah, fuck that. Like 100%, I'm doing this. People are definitely gonna like it. It's definitely gonna work. If you have that mentality, I think if you go on either side, either way you're right. If you think like I'm right either way, so if you're like, oh, it might not work, then you're probably going to be right. It probably won't work. Right. Whereas if you go into it thinking this is definitely going to work, I'm smashing it, you're probably going to be right. It probably will.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. 'Cause everything might not work. I mean,
but if you think that, the chances of it not working are higher.
Right.
Than if you think I'm going to smash this.
Yeah. Like I think everything, I'm going to smash everything. Everything that I do, I'm going to smash.
Yeah. You've got to have that confidence.
Yeah, you've got to have the confidence, and and I think just really do it, you know.
Yeah. Next,
this is the last video question. The other ones is not. This is from Stephen_B&B, not Stephen Kane. This is our other guy, Stephen. Let's see. Here we go.
A few questions for you. First one is name your top 3 favorite boxers of all time. And then question 2 is your best memory while in the ring. Yeah, I got a few questions.
Right, so best... go on, Glenn, you answer your first...
First 3. It's tough. I'd say... I think Sergio Martinez would probably be number 1.
Oh, yeah, you love that guy.
Floyd Mayweather number 2. And then... I don't know, it's tough. I think when he was actually fighting, I'd say maybe Froch, number 3.
Yeah, Froch was great.
I used to love watching him, especially when he was fighting over here a lot on Showtime.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe those 3. Just because he was just so odd, and just he was a really unorthodox style too. I really like slick, skilled fighters, and I don't think he was like the most skilled, but he just so hard and tough, just ridiculous.
My favourite fighter is Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Then Prince Naseem Hamed.
Yeah.
Or all the way around, them two were the best.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And then I'd probably see Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Was
a good shout.
Like them 3 fighters.
You love your flashy fighters, don't you?
Love the flashy fighters. See, I'm bored of boxing now. I cannot watch boxing unless it's a huge fight or a friend, which I've still got lots of friends who's doing really well in boxing. I'll not watch it. I've seen that many fights in my life. It's just boring to me. So yeah, I mean, if it's someone flashy like that, I love that shit.
Yeah. And
then the second question was, what was my favourite? What was it? My favourite experience in the ring?
Oh yeah.
It was in the Olympic quarterfinals when I knew that I was 10 points up in the last round, and the crowd started chanting down 10, 9.
The last
8,
10 seconds of the last round.
and I knew I was 10
quality.
points up. So the only way I was going to not get an Olympic medal was if I was going to get knocked out, and I was running around that ring.
Yeah.
And then the bell rang, and I just jumped over. That was the single best moment, not just of me boxing career, of me life. It was the fucking best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Can never beat that. Being on an 8-year training program to get to the Olympics and then to finally get that Olympic medal. I mean, that was the best moment.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then someone, we talked about this on a previous podcast. I don't know if you remember this, but someone said, you said that was the best moment of my life. And they were like, no, what about having kids? And you're like, no, having kids is stressful as fuck. It's horrible. Because
Yeah.
you had issues with the birth of
Yeah.
your first kid. I had issues when I was in labour as well. It's horrible. It's
Yeah.
it's not an enjoyable experience. It's stress.
I know.
Shit, stuff could go wrong and all this.
Wayne McCulloch, Olympic silver medalist, he said to me, was at the baby shower for my first kid. He went, do you think winning the Olympic medal was good? He went, will you have a kid? It's the best feeling ever. I went, what?
Yeah.
Really? It's that good?
Yeah.
And I couldn't wait to have the kid, have my first kid. Then my first kid came off, and there was like 50 people in the room trying to shoot. I had breathing difficulties, sticking shit down her throat. I was crying, devastated. I went, mate.
And you're just thinking of Wayne McCulloch. What the fuck is he talking
What's
about?
he talking about, mate? But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was by far the best feeling ever. So let's go into some of these other questions that I got from Instagram today. So it's one off me mum there. Are you definitely coming home next year? I don't know. Alex _B&B, the Box and Burn trainer. Where do you see Box and Burn as a company in the next 5 years?
It's great questions.
Oh, great question. Well, we've just signed a 5-year lease for Box and Burn Brentwood, so it's still going strong. And I think moving with the times, things are changing all the time. You were just saying last night, Glenn, when we're talking about how the fitness industry is changing.
Yeah,
we've got to change with the fitness industry.
Totally.
Was it you who was saying about don't be the blockbuster?
About what?
Being blockbuster video.
No.
So I think it was Josh Pollard was saying like, what do you want to be? Do you want to be the blockbuster video store, or do you want to be Netflix?
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a great analogy. Yeah.
Look what happened. Blockbuster stuck with the old school.
Yeah.
And then seeing what happened with Netflix.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep moving with the times, keep enjoying it and having fun. And the Boxing Burn Academy is going to be massive. And then straight above that was Michael White. What's your 5-year goal? I've got a goal for next year, and I've told you this. I want to be sitting on a beach in Australia, making money using the iPad, but I want to make not just $50. I want to make enough money that it's paid for the trip to Australia and more.
Yeah. So you want to be working remotely from wherever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, always be in Santa Monica. Have you got a 5-year goal?
Not 5, no. I made a 2-year goal a year ago, and it's on track. So
yeah,
I've not really thought that far ahead. I mean, for me, I just can't even think past tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I've kind of got a vision, 30 days, couple of months, this time next year, next 6 months. I do think a little bit like that, but for the most part, I'm pretty day to day.
Right. Yeah. Michael White again. So he's done 3 real estate, the 3 Lions real estate, and the next one. Hardest punch you've ever been in with, sparring competitively. The hardest punch I've ever been in with was what's he called?
Orville McKenzie.
Yeah, I told you that before.
Yeah.
Orville McKenzie, the African guy who was a Commonwealth champion, like heavyweight champ.
Harder than Froch.
Yeah, he punched harder than Carl Froch. I sparred with Carl Froch quite a bit as well. He punched hard as well, by the way. He was up there. But Orville McKenzie hit me so hard in the side of the head, like it burst my eardrum. I had a head guard on.
In sparring as
well.
Sparring, through head guard and 16-ounce gloves.
Yeah, I had to pull out of a fight and lost 20 grand, but not a big deal. Fucking hell.
Good.
I know. So Orville McKenzie, yeah. Who else? I don't know. There's loads, Next one, Weston _ Cal Oyer. What's that say?
Yeah, Weston _
Caloyer.
Yeah.
What do you think of all this talk about Floyd entering the UFC? Given that his boxing is so immaculate, do you think he could make the switch if he had a reasonable amount of time to prepare for it? Or is the idea as ridiculous as everyone's seen?
It's completely ridiculous.
Completely ridiculous. Floyd in the UFC. So
get killed.
He said he'd fight Conor McGregor for $1 billion.
I'm sure he would. I mean, he'd get fucking eaten alive. But
see, I don't know if he would. I mean, it's $1 billion. What the fuck can he do with $1 billion? What you can't do with?
He's already a billionaire.
But I don't think he's a billionaire.
Well, did he just certify himself a billionaire after
did he?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know.
But don't forget, a billionaire in America is different to a billionaire in England.
Yeah. But at that level of richness, what else can you buy? Obviously, Floyd Mayweather can buy anything he wants. He might not be able to buy a private island, or he might, but he can buy anything he wants. But it's not worth him going in there and getting knocked out, because that's what'll happen within one round.
Yeah.
With getting kicked in the head, or getting his leg broken, or getting choked unconscious in front of millions of people. It's not worth $1 billion to him for that.
I don't even think it's worth talking about, to be honest. It's just so ludicrous.
You think?
Yeah.
But the season talks with Dana White, so anyway, I think it's crazy, and I don't think he'd last around if it did do that.
And people forget it's two different sports.
Right.
Two totally different sports. I saw something the other day on, I think it was Tony Bellew's Instagram, and it said, it's like, why are we talking about this? And I agree with him. He was saying it's like asking Messi to go and play rugby.
Yeah.
Say he's going to kill it in rugby, or like asking like the best rugby player to go and play in Premier League or something. It's just they're two totally different things.
Right, definitely. Next question. Thomas Headley, 1991 on Instagram. Best fighter you've seen in the gym, amateur or pro? Frankie Gavin was the best fighter I've seen in the gym. Frankie Gavin was unbelievable. Absolutely the best talent ever. Followed closely by James DeGale, well, Billy Joe Saunders as well.
Do you really believe that there's like good gym fighters? You know, like great sparring partners who are just fucking on fire in the gym and you can't touch them and all that. But then when it comes to fighting on TV or under the lights, whatever, they kind of freeze or
I think there definitely is.
Live up to the potential.
I don't really know anyone so much
Rashad
like
Holloway.
Rashad Holloway. But I don't really know anyone, like, I've not really seen people like that. Frankie was an amazing amateur in the gym, but also performer. He beat this Cuban who was a 2-time Olympic champion, a Russian, who'd been undefeated in like 15 years. No one had beat him, and Frankie boxed him in the World Championships and beat him pretty easy. Yeah. And then coming to the Olympic Games, he qualified. That's when he qualified. By the way, he was Britain's first ever amateur boxing world champion. And then come to the Olympic Games, he couldn't make the weight. That guy who he just beat won the Olympics again. That was the second time he won them. So Frankie Gavin. And then James DeGale. I remember he used to spar with James DeGale all the time. He was my number one sparring partner for the Olympics. And he'd beat me, like, I was the weight above. He beat me like 8 out of 10 times. Yeah. And I remember saying to him one time, like, how the hell do you ever get beat? Because this was before he won the Olympics and all that, and he didn't used to win every tournament he was in. Like, he's so good, so awkward. He was another one. Then Billy Joe Saunders, Kal Yafai, both world champions now, both killing it. You know, so them were some great fighters. Next question by Trying to Enjoy Life Since '86. Look at that.
That's a good handle.
That's a good handle. Do you know what it reminds me of there when I was reading that out? There's this video, and I'll get Jackie to put this in the show notes, boxlifepodcast.com/Christmas. I get this in the show notes. It's a video I posted on Facebook the other day where it's a guy, and I showed you this video, and he's on the, what's it called, the thing at work, and he's saying...
the parking fellas.
Yeah.
Oh, this is belter.
Can
you give the handle out who posted that video so people can go and check it out?
Someone sent us it on WhatsApp the other day, but
Is it on Instagram though or not?
I put it on my Facebook, but...
class. Send everyone to your Facebook. You got to go and see this, people. It's amazing.
No, I'll play it now.
Yeah, it's one of the best practical jokes I've ever seen.
It's class.
So just to set the scene, you got two... Are they Irish? It's like Northern Ireland.
No,
right?
I think they're English, somewhere in England. So...
Set the scene.
Oh, they are Irish. So...
Set the scene.
So yeah, so the inner office out at work, and there's a sliding window, kind of like a McDonald's. It's not a McDonald's. It's like they must be working for a parking facility.
It's like in a parking garage.
Yeah, and it's like a slide along window, and he gets on the intercom mic, and he's reading off a piece of paper what the guy says about the number plate. Now
he's reading out a car registration.
Registration.
Someone has to move it.
Yeah, listen to this.
Right, okay, we'll get someone if somebody comes over...
Not him, the other guy.
Okay?
Yeah, Irish.
Owner of a red car of registration NE14ABJ, contact control room. That's owner of a red car registration NE14ABJ, contact control room, please.
That's so funny.
Yeah, they're Northern Irish, aren't they?
Yeah. So you can search that video on YouTube. NE14ABJ. Please move your car. So funny.
Belter.
So funny. How did we get talking about that there?
Because the guy that sent you the question, didn't he?
Yeah. So his name was trying. His name is trying to enjoy life since 86. So
86.
that reminded us that.
Yeah.
I thought, hang on, I'm reading this out here. Someone's doing me with one of them.
It's a belter.
Anyway, his question is, Tyson Fury actually give a shit and had any luck against Klitschko? And did he have a lucky day against Klitschko? No,
Not at all.
Go on, Glenn.
I don't think there's any luck in boxing. I think it is what it is. So there's no real luck involved in any of it. He just outboxed the shit out of him and showed his skills.
Yeah, I'm a Tyson Fury fan, and he's very awkward, very unorthodox.
Yeah.
As for a comeback, I really can't see him doing the comeback. He's talking about it and he's training, and there's a hype around him. He's only 29 years old right now, but I just think he's got a long way to go, and he's had too much time off to get back to anything where he was.
Yeah. There was talk about him fighting David Price as a comeback fight.
Yeah, that would be a great fight for him. I've done a blog on that, and I said that's a fight that David Price could win. I got loads of shit for saying that,
Really?
But that's what I think. Next question from Shark_B&B. It's one of our trainers. Shark, how's it going, mate? What's your goals for 2018? I've just spoke about my goal. What's yours?
Put more time into the academy and just keep travelling with the academy and start to try and see a little bit of a shift more from the private training side to the running and stepping up the game with the Box and Burn Academy. That's kind of my goal, is to try and shift that across and just stay healthy and active and be even fitter and even better next year.
Yeah.
Just keep growing. Like every year I feel I'm getting better and stronger and more knowledgeable on stuff, so just keep that pattern going.
Nice. Yeah, and I want to earn money on the beach. MC Cook 83, milk chocolate digestives or jammy Dodgers?
Oh, it's a great question.
Milk chocolate digestives all day, mate.
I'd go jammy Dodger, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Old school. Them's biscuits from England.
Yeah.
What do you call a biscuit in America?
Cookie.
A cookie. Cookie from England. Next one from Brandon Krullo. What's your biggest fear in life? Spiders.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'll tell you what mine is. I'll tell you what mine is. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Is about my brain health. If I've got dementia or not. I'm really scared in case I've got dementia and I go fucking Lulu and I can't remember my kids' names. I can't remember what I'm doing. You know, that's a real big fear for me. And I shouldn't think about it. But the more I think about it, the more I think about it, and the more I forget what I'm seeing. If I forget something that I'm seeing, I'm like, fuck, that's because I'm got dementia. Yeah. So my biggest fear in my life is getting dementia.
Stay on that On It Alpha brain, son.
No, see, I'd say, I mean, I'm a big fan of On It, but like things like that, I don't know whether they're good for the brain or not, because it is doing something to your brain, but is it helping? It helps in the short term, but is it a long term thing? I want to talk to Aubrey about that, because I know Aubrey's smart as fuck, and I've spoken to Aubrey Marcus, who's the owner on it, and about brain health before, and but yeah, maybe it is good, maybe it's not. I don't know.
We'll have a chat to him when we get out there.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
What's your biggest fear in life?
For me, not. I mean, it sounds kind of fucked, but not having enough money for things, for like, and being able to buy my son's, like, not so much for myself, but for him, like not being able to like get him in good schools and shit like that, and having to like have a shit standard of living because I don't have enough money,
right.
Or just struggling. I never want to like have a life where I'm struggling to pay for shit.
Yeah,
that's what I'm fearful of. I always want to be comfortable. I don't give a fuck about having yachts or Bentleys or any of that shit. I just want to be comfortable all the time and not have to like think, I can't afford this, can't afford that, and scrimping here and not paying bills and shit. That's a bit of a fear for me. Yeah,
that's great. I think that's something that we as well. Where it's cost what we've got now. We haven't got a normal job where you getting a salary each week.
That's probably why that comes from. It's like, you know,
if you knew you were getting what you were getting each week, every single week, you'd be sound. But you just know if you need to work this hour to get this money.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Danny Jacobs fighting Billy Joe Saunders, the winner fighting Canelo?
I think Danny Jacobs is a harder fight for Billy Joe Saunders than Canelo or Triple G.
I agree.
Because he's highly skilled, he's aggressive. It's like styles wise, I think that's a harder fight for him.
Yeah. By the way, that question's off Matt Bowers _ yeah, mate.
Great fight.
It's a great fight, but I would agree with Glenn and say, like, I think Billy Joe Canelo is going to be a better fight for Billy Joe. I would love to see Canelo fight Danny Jacobs as well.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great fight.
But you know what? I kind of think Canelo would stop Danny Jacobs.
Yeah, I think so too.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
Styles makes fights. Claire Goff 86. What have you asked for Christmas?
Nothing yet.
Yeah.
Oh shit! These questions, man, they're getting me.
Bloody hell, it's not hard. What do you want for Christmas?
I asked him for a Tesla, but it hasn't come yet. So hopefully on Christmas morning I'll have a brand new Tesla outside.
That would be nice.
2 minutes ago I just said I don't give a shit about cars or anything. No, I'm like, I asked for a Tesla.
See, I was on the fence. I still didn't know if Santa Claus was real or not, but she said he is, so maybe he is.
I think he is. I seen him the other day outside, bulletproof.
Do you know what? Do you know what my favourite thing about Christmas is now is watching my kids' faces. That's the best thing.
Have you got the Elf on a Shelf going?
No.
I don't know if this is an American thing or if they have it.
It's English. My sister does it as well.
Right. So we've got that going at home. So if anyone doesn't know what it is, you have an elf in the house and you put it on a shelf somewhere, and then every night it moves. So you obviously move it, and then your kid sees it next morning, like, oh, it's moved. And the rule is they can't touch it, and the elf's there to like tell Father Christmas whether you've been good or not. It's really good, like what you were saying. That's my favourite part now. I don't give a shit about getting presents or anything. It's like just seeing him buzz off that Elf on a Shelf thing.
I've got a picture here that Stephen Kane sent us. It's a picture of an elf. If you're watching this on there, can you see it from there, Glenn?
No. So yeah, you can see it if you zoom in.
It's a picture of an elf with toilet roll sitting watching porn, so you can guess what he's doing.
It's a belter of a picture.
That's off Steve. Next one. If this is from I am _ Josh. If Canelo Triple G2 happens, does not come into fruition, would you want to watch Triple G versus Billy Joe Saunders? And do you think Triple G popularity increased after the Canelo fight, that he can sell a significant amount of pay-per-views? Good question. I think that fight with Triple G and Canelo's got to happen. It really has.
Yeah, the rematch has got to happen. I think Billy Joe Saunders fights Danny Jacobs, Canelo rematches Triple G, and then it looks like the winner of them two fights is going to get it on.
Yeah.
I think Canelo beats Triple G more convincingly the second time.
You think?
Yeah.
Because you thought he won the first time.
I think he just nicked the first one, yeah.
I think
maybe one round, maybe.
Triple G, I think he's getting a bit over the hill he's at. You know, I think he's been fighting forever.
I don't know about that, but what is he, 36, 37?
Yeah, he's not.
And it's going to be another 6 months before they fight.
Right.
Yeah, I just think Canelo's too explosive and sharp for him.
Yeah, and I think his popularity's increased. It's a snowball effect, I think, with boxing, especially after fighting Canelo, who's like a big name, who's got all them Mexican fans. So yeah, his popularity's definitely increased. But yeah, I mean, let's hope it does happen, and hopefully Billy Joe Saunders can fight Triple G or Canelo. Yeah. And I'll pick Billy Joe over both of them. Chris on Separa. What does that say?
What?
Is that how you spell it?
Chris on Separa, yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to Derwent Hill or Grange with Farah Comp? I went to Derwent Hill. Did you go to Derwent Hill?
What's that?
It's like a place where you go when you're at school to, I don't know. What do you do? The activities like orienteering and all that. Yeah, I went to Derwent Hill. It was good. It was fun. Next one is...
All right, moving on.
All right, moving on. Of our friend Jackie Martinez, who does the show notes for the podcast. Do you create a saving, or Glenn, this is something you'll answer. Do you create a savings budget for yourself each month? What steps do you take trying myself to create a better spending habits with the amount of money I have coming in? Great question.
Great question. I don't set a budget, but check out an app called Digit, Digit, and that's been amazing. It's like what it does. You set it up to your bank account, and it'll just pull money out of your bank account at random, based on how much you're spending. So if you spend a shitload in a week, it won't save that much. Whereas if you don't spend that much that week, it'll pull more.
Right.
And it'll just automatically save into a digital account for you.
Yeah,
really good. Check it out.
This is something that I would love to get better at, because right now, and I always think to myself, I really need to get into better spending habits, because I spend money on stupid shit right now where I shouldn't be spending on.
It's that addiction to them Amazon packages on your doorstep, isn't it?
It is. When you order from Amazon and then the package turns up, you get that little, what's it called? The adrenaline?
Adrenaline rush.
No,
like a buzz.
Yeah, what's it called? The buzz, like the effect what you get when you see likes and all that on that. It's called
yeah, it's like a release of
endorphins.
An endorphin.
The
release.
endorphin buzz.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing. So anyway, I need to get better at that.
Serotonin.
I've got an app called Acon, which is an investment app where it's like a keep the change app. So you can put money in there and it invests it for you.
Stash is good for that too. There's an app called Stash for investments.
Do you use it?
I've got it. I don't really use it that much, no. Just because of time, I don't really
I use
have time
Acon. I want to show you this now, Glenn.
Get into it.
I'm not going to tell you how much money I've got in this app.
I can see it.
But I've been putting...
Wow.
I'll show you. So that's how much I've put in. But look at this. So with this Acon app, I've gained over all time on my savings. Come on, I've gained 32%.
That's
so
good.
I've made that much profit.
Yeah.
Through Acon. So it's keep the change app, and the change that it does, this app invests it into whatever for you. I don't really know.
It does automatic investments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously you make more money. So this month I've gained 1.45%. In the last 6 months I've gained 16% of
that.
Yeah, of the money I've got saved in. So that's a lot. That's quite a bit of money. You're not going to get that in a bank.
No.
And the thing is, don't be I wouldn't be afraid to use this, because it's in their best interest for you to make money, because that's the only way they make money.
Yeah.
So if you're not making money, they're not making money, so they don't want you to lose it. And then you can pick how aggressive you want to go. I'm flat out. I go all in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would check that out. Watch someone.
How do you spell that one?
Acon. It is Ace, just like the Acon. ACORNS. We'll get this on the show notes as well.
Yeah.
boxinglifepodcast.com/Christmas. So yeah, I hope that helps you, Jackie. Next question is from Peter Ordinary. Hey Tony, what do you think of all these released UFO sightings? Have you seen that?
No.
Have you not? It's come from the Pentagon that there's like a video of a UFO. Not like legit, like no one knows what it is.
But like, hasn't this happened since the beginning of pictures?
It has, but it hasn't happened. When was the last time that happened? It hasn't happened forever, but no one can just think what it is.
All right, so something's in the sky and no one knows what it is.
Yeah, like even Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't know what it is, and
where was it pictured?
In the sky. I don't know.
Whereabouts, or in America?
I'm not sure. The Pentagon had it, and it got released. The Pentagon had $20 million invested into this program, as far as I know, and the guy left the Pentagon, and he released this footage,
right,
or some shit. So I don't know. Like, I really believe that there is life out there. I really do think that there is. There's got to be, aren't there? It's that big. It's just ongoing.
I'm sure there's high possibility, yeah, but I just think like you get yourself into a hole, and you get people become obsessed with trying to find it or prove it, and it's like you're never going to be able to do either.
You know what? I was watching an interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he said, "Yeah, it's a UFO. All right, yeah, we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's aliens coming. If it's aliens coming, it's aliens coming. But like, I don't know that. So until you find out that's what it is, then come back to me and tell me.
Exactly.
I'm not going to spend my time now trying to discover what it is.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Second guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love it in my lifetime. In our lifetime, if something got discovered,
class, yeah, it'd be fun.
But we're still so far behind. You know, they say it's going to take us like in 20 years we'll be able to do this and this. Why not? Why can we not do it now?
Yeah.
They know that we're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Let's just do it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it's not as easy as that.
Like Virgin America flights to the moon.
I know. Do it
For
now.
a day trip.
Figure it out.
Let's go to the moon for the weekend.
Yeah. Hire more people, Richard Branson, and let's do that.
Yep. Come on, Branson, sort your shit out.
Next one is from PJOW Sepp. Am I reading that right, Claire?
At PJOWSEPT. I want to know what that stands for.
Oh, let's have a look. I'll click on his profile. Oh, it's Paul Jonesy, BSc, personal trainer.
Nice.
30,000
He has a lot of followers, yeah? He's not verified, though.
Hasn't got that little blue tick. Have you, mate?
Let's just sort that out.
Online trainer coach. Nice. This is a good question, I'm sure. Let's have a look. What's your thoughts on work, rest on pads and gloves? What's your thoughts on work, rest time on the pads and gloves or heavy bag for fat loss clients? Read that, Glenn. I'm fucking useless.
What's your thoughts on work to rest time on the pads and gloves or heavy bag for fat loss clients? It's exactly what you just said. So I'd say work to rest time. It depends on that depends on the fitness level of who you're training. So some people I train, I'll do 10-minute round, like back to back, because they're more concerned about endurance, and then just pace them through that round and pick it up halfway through or towards the end. Other people, I'll just do 2-minute rounds with a minute rest because their fitness level isn't as good. Or you could still do 2-minute rest and 1 minute, or 2-minute rounds and 1 minute rest with someone who's really fit and just blast them the whole 2 minutes and move them around a lot. So it all depends on what you're trying to work on. If you're trying to work on endurance and stamina over a long period of time, do longer rounds and less rest.
Yeah.
And lower the intensity, or you can shorten up the work period and up the intensity.
Yeah, it all depends on the client. But what I always do either 2-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds. Sometimes I'll do 90-second rounds if they're really unfit. And it's always better to do, let's say all my sessions is just purely boxing. It's better to do 10 2-minute rounds with someone than do 3-minute rounds with someone. The reason being...
Say that again, 10 2-minute rounds?
Yeah, I'd rather do 10 2-minute rounds.
That's 20 minutes.
Yeah, than 3-3-minute rounds. The reason why I'm saying 3-3-minute rounds is because you're going to be exhausted after 3-3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Right? Because
that's only 9 minutes.
I know, but basically what I'm saying is I would rather do more 2-minute rounds than less 3-minute rounds, even if the time was the same. Because they're going to, if they're not fit, they're going to get real tired after going into that 3rd minute.
Yeah.
Right? And when they get tired, what happens? They don't feel good. And they don't feel good. You always want your clients to feel good, feel sharp. Obviously, you're going to get tired after 10 2-minute rounds.
Yeah. But it depends what you're working on as well. Like, if you're doing a 3-minute round, you could be spending like 1 minute just on trying to perfect a punch.
Yeah, that's true.
And you could be working on some technique or whatever.
Yeah.
But what I do with Travis Barker, the 10-minute rounds back to back, 1 minute rest.
Oh, mate, did you do that? That was that name that you just dropped.
But I was talking about this to someone the other day. It was like, does he really do 2 3 10-minute rounds back to back? I'm like, yeah.
Travis Barker is the
only
fittest
one
person
minute in between
that I've ever met.
Yeah.
You
just posted a video actually on his Instagram last week of me doing. It's like a time lapse, but it's 2 10-minute rounds back to back, speed it up.
Yeah. I started seeing that. It was quality. Travis is unbelievable. He was telling me before that in his back garden he does battle ropes for like 10-15 minutes non-stop on his knees.
Non-stop, yeah.
On his knees, just for fun. What a great fella he is. But yeah, I mean, it depends on the client, depends on the goals. But I like to keep them shorter, to keep the punches sharper and keep them feeling better, rather than dragging them into the later rounds and getting them.
Do you know what's weird? It's like sometimes a 2-minute round can be harder than a 3-minute round.
Yeah.
Because if you're training them through a 3-minute round, you pace it more.
Right.
Because it's longer. Whereas you've got 2 minutes, like, all right, I'm going to get stuck in.
Yeah. I've got another video here for seeing Primate. Our friend Ricky, another guy who's done the Boxing Burn Academy, he owns his own little fitness facility. So
it's a video one.
Yeah, for seeing _Primate. Here it is, a little video. Loading. Come on.
Is that your fault or his fault?
I'm blaming him. It's loading up now.
What's up, Tony, Glenn, Kevin, if you're there, what's up, Kevin? This is Ricky, Porcine Primate. I want to know, when did you guys make that decision to jump from the Bluffs over to the gym, and what helped you guys make that decision? Hey, what's up?
Thanks, mate. Thanks for the question. How did we go from the Bluffs? So if you don't know, we started doing a boot camp on the beach in Santa Monica on the Bluffs, and then we opened our first location. And the boot camp got busy.
It was more out of necessity, wasn't it? Or I mean, well, it was, but I think you always obviously wanted to have a gym.
Yeah, the goal was to look for a facility. Me and Kev spent hours and days and weeks driving around the streets of Los Angeles looking for facilities with signs on that says for lease. But it was like we had Mickey Rourke was going to be the investor in the Box and Burn. We were going to get $100,000 off him. And when it was time for, and so we had a bit more confidence, right? And we were driving around looking for buildings, and then we found one. Mickey was away doing some film, and then when he came back from the film, we'd already opened a gym. I put all my savings from me boxing into the facility, and I came back, and then Mickey was to change his demands. What he wanted more than 33% of the gym. He wanted 33% of everything me and Kevin earned as well. So by this time we'd opened the gym, we'd broke even the first month, and it was like, nah, fine, we'll not do it. Best thing we've ever done. Never gone into business with him.
Yeah.
But I think that having that money, thinking we had that money helped give us confidence. But as well, like, you know what I'm like. I'm not scared at all. I'm not scared. I just knew that we had a good thing, and I knew that putting my money into it, I wasn't going to blow anything.
Yeah.
You know.
It just got to a point with the classes at the beach where it was just packed every week.
Yeah.
And then it was getting towards, I think, end of October, I think, right? And with the times we were doing it, it was starting to get dark. So it was getting harder to put these classes on because we've been doing them throughout the summer months where it was light. And then we get more and more people, and it started getting dark. And we were like, and then that's when you signed the lease for the gym and got the spot. So it was like perfect timing, really.
Yeah.
It just made sense to, all right, let's move it to a gym.
Yep. All right, next question from Rob Irvine. 3 things that you miss from Sunderland back home. I think we answered that question before.
Chocolate digestives, curries.
Yeah, curries,
and
definitely.
Rain.
And Greg's pasties. Not Greg.
Yeah.
I've done a podcast. Rob, listen to this one.
What's your favourite pasty, though? What flavour of pasty?
Have you had the bean one? Sausage and
No.
bean? Unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. I've done a podcast. My very first show, I've done Sunderland versus LA. Go back and listen to that. The very first podcast I've done, I talked about my life and how I ended up getting here. But I compare the things I like better in Sunderland and England compared to the things I like in LA as well.
That's probably changed now because that was a couple of years ago as well.
I know. I should listen to that.
Yeah.
Next one from, we're nearly through all these. Sugar Stew Wilson. At Sugar Stew Wilson. I'm Sugar Stew from Staley Bridge. Hey, Sugar Stew.
Staley Bridge Celtic.
Staley. Do you know where Staley Bridge is?
No.
It's in Manchester. I used to live there. It's where Bobby Rimmer lives.
It's Greater Manchester. Is it South Manchester?
I'm not sure. They call it Staley Vegas. It's fucking mad.
Right.
Do you reckon there's a place at your gym for me? Who's in your opinion would have won Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson? Who would have won Ali or Tyson? I would have said Tyson in the prime.
Tyson, yeah.
Yeah. Mayweather or Sugar Ray Leonard?
Mayweather,
I would have said. Fury or Anthony Joshua?
Fury.
Tough one. I'd say Joshua. Just to disagree with you. Heedon Boxing Academy. These are the boys who come, the twins.
Oh, the Irish lads, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you boys?
Hope you're both doing well. Heedon Boxing Academy. Go and follow them on Instagram. Good little page there for you, but into boxing. Do you think having so many coaches in each class could prevent the speed that you scale of the business? 100%. So if you don't know Box and Burn, our format is we have between 4 and 6 trainers teaching one class. And you're not getting a better boxing fitness class anywhere in the world than Box and Burn. I guarantee you that, because it costs us that much money to put them on, having this many trainers. But at the same time, that yes, it does prevent us from growing. It does prevent us from replicating the gym, doing franchises and all that, which I know these boys are interested in doing a boxing franchise. But yeah, it does prevent the speed of doing that.
Yeah.
So right now we're coming up with different formats to try to have less trainers, but still keep that same quality.
Yeah.
Right, Glenn?
Big time. It's like you've seen the fashion boxing gyms that are popping up, and they've got one trainer, but the sessions are nowhere near as good. They're nowhere near as intense and anywhere near a real boxing experience.
Yeah, but they're successful. Like me and Kev went
From a
to
business standpoint.
Me and Kev went to New York last year and last month to have a look at the boxing gyms out there, and there's like a boxing gym called Rumble Boxing. They've got one trainer and they had 60 people in the class, and they had a 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and all these people. These classes are packed with 60 people.
Yeah.
In each one with one trainer, so it can be done.
Profit through the roof.
Ridiculous money, but they've got ridiculous investors. They've got a great business model. So it can be done. But I guarantee our classes is a better workout than that. But they're doing something way better than we're doing because their business is better.
Yeah.
You know, they really are. I think that's all the questions I had from there. Let me see if I've got any more. Oh, I've got a question here from Stefan. What's it say?
Stephen Kane.
Stefan.
Stephanie Matos.
Matos 11111. This is Andy Murphy's girlfriend. You know, Andy Murphy was on the podcast, the mind coach.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know, me and Kev. She's give us 4 questions here. Let's try and speed through these. Do you go to bed and wake up the same time every day?
Not the same time. I pretty much wake up at the same time every day, but I don't go to bed at the same time every day.
No, I don't either. I would love to.
It's close, but not.
It comes down to discipline. I haven't got the discipline to do that. I fall asleep when I'm tired. You know what? Like now, we've spoke about earlier on where I've not been drinking. I fall asleep now watching the telly, which is bad for you. Yeah. But I like it because it takes my mind off it.
That's just as bad as drinking.
It's not that bad.
It is. Because all that light, all that LED light that's going into you.
I need something to switch me on.
It's telling your brain to wake up. It's telling your body to wake up.
If I don't do that, I'm lying in bed thinking about work and shit all night. So, next one. Do you have a morning and night routine? Again, no. I should. And I had Andy on the podcast. Listen to that podcast with Stephanie's boyfriend, Andy Murphy. Great. And that's something I shouldn't have. But the best podcast to listen to for that was the one I did with Craig Ballantyne.
Yeah.
He speaks all about it, the perfect day formula. That's a great morning routine.
Yeah.
Do you have one, Glenn?
Yep.
What is it?
You want to go into detail?
No, not detail. I just want to
yeah, I have a pretty set stuff that I do every night, and then morning routine, same every day. Cold shower.
Right.
Same drink, same timing. Get everything set, boom, out the door. Do the same thing every morning.
Yeah, that's the way it should be done. That's the way you should do it. Again, I've got the discipline, and every day is different for me. Especially when I've got kids now. I've got 3 kids, 1 3, 1 1, and 1 3 weeks old.
So here's my question for you then, because it's different. It's not. You don't have a set routine. Yeah. Do you find your energy levels are inconsistent from day to day, or are they pretty much the same each day?
No, the inconsistent. Yeah. The inconsistent. I've mainly always got lots of energy, but like you can see sometimes they're not. Was inconsistent. And she says, "Do you believe that this helps with your mindset, being a successful business person?"
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it definitely would if I did it, but I don't really do it, and I'm still a pretty successful business.
For me, it keeps me prepared. It keeps me organised. It keeps me like feeling relaxed and on top of shit, so I can focus on being good whenever I get to work or whatever I'm doing.
It just comes down to prepreparation.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to prepare it.
Yeah.
And
I'm OCD with that shit. Like really.
I wish I was.
Yeah.
And the thing that Craig Ballantyne says is like, you really you should plan your next day, the day before.
That's what I do.
You know, before you go to bed.
That's exactly what I do.
Done.
Yep.
Takes away from it.
So at night, as soon as my boy's asleep, program every session I've got the next day.
Right.
Like think about what the meetings I have are going to be about. You know, make notes on that if I need to. Prep everything for the next morning.
Great.
Right on it.
Next question from Drod_Orlando. This is David, the guy, the Title Boxing Club manager. We were at
nice.
at the Title Boxing. There, we're doing a certification course this
great
year.
gym.
From Orlando. Plenty of fighters and well-known athletes from other sports have their specific move, whether they were gifted or just developed their craft from training. Would you want to be known for one specific move or be all-around fighter? I'd say that it's better be the all-around fighter.
All
it's
round.
good, but I think there's a lot of people who are good fighters and they've got that specific move, like where I had a left hook to the body, what I was kind of known for, but as well I would say like I was a decent all-round fighter as well.
Yeah,
trying to stay humble there. But yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have a specific move, but it's kind of like putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
I remember when
you have to be good at everything.
When I fought the Irish lad in the Olympics, Kenny Egan, he used to stop people with like a bolo left hand to the body, and I was so scared of getting hit with that shot because he was known for it, and it kind of put us off thinking about the rest of the shit that he was doing. He was a good all-round fighter, but I was worried about that one specific move.
Shot, yeah.
Aye. I hope that answers your question, mate. Next one is from...
We got a good amount of feedback on this.
Yeah.
A lot of questions.
Reese, can you read that question?
Reese, Journal.
Reese Journal. What should I be looking for when I'm looking for a new boxing coach? I live in Australia, so obviously can't come to Box and Burn. Alternative follow-up question: any tips to really get into skipping? I know it's great fitness tool for me, good for footwork, but every time I try to do it, I feel awkward doing double jump. That's a specific question.
Yeah, just practice jump rope. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, practice. You just got to keep practicing, and it'll come. And then as for finding a good boxing trainer, you got to get I think the number one thing is finding someone you get on with, finding someone you trust.
Yeah.
That's the big thing in finding any trainer. You know, finding someone you get on with and
someone you can have a laugh with as well, and someone you're going to learn from, someone who gives a shit about you.
Yeah. If you don't like being around them, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know, you need to like being around them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for your question, mate. Let's see if I've got any more. I want to get through everyone. I think there's one more.
We might have to do a New Year's one as well.
Bodo Boxer. This is from how do you pronounce it? It's
let's see. Budo Boxer. Budo Boxer.
Yeah.
Tigran.
Oh yeah. This is my boy from up Seattle. How's it going, mate? Long time no chat. Congratulations on the new kid. Here's a question for your upcoming podcast. Why did you start boxing? I know you started young, but was there an internal reason that you choose to fight compared to other things? What made you want to fight? Do you have to mention? You don't have to mention this part, but I don't want to mention it now. But boxing's a hard sport, and lots of people quit, as you probably know. So, what was your why reason growing up? Deep question. I started boxing ever since I was little. I learned to walk. My granddad used to show us how to box. My uncle was a professional fighter. He wasn't great, but he was a professional fighter. Called Billy Bryce. And then when I was 10, my granddad took me to the boxing gym. My dad kept putting me back into it and taking me there. I didn't really like boxing growing up. My dad dragged us into it, and I got forced to box. I wouldn't have boxed. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for my dad forced us to do it. I would rather play outside and get up no good with all my other friends. But yeah, I got dragged to the gym, and he used to always say, like, you're thankless when you get older. And obviously now, yeah, I thank him for it. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, if you don't go to gym, you're getting grounded. You're not playing outside. And it got to the point where, like, I did say I'm not going to the gym, and I would be stuck in my bedroom for a week. So I'd be like, all right, I'll go boxing. I hated it that much. Then I didn't like getting punched in the face. My nose used to bleed, and I used to get blood all over my t-shirt. This is like 12 years old, 13 years old.
Did you get nervous every time you went down the boxing gym?
Not the
You're like-
boxing gym. Sometimes when you spar with some of the bigger lads,
Yeah.
you get a little bit nervous because there was no pad in the gloves. But when you spar with some other lads who you could beat up, that was always fun. But yeah, I mean, that's how I got into it, and that's me little story in a nutshell, really. And I wouldn't let my kids fight. I wouldn't let my kids get punched in the head because I've done the maths before. And
There's going to be a point though, like where you can't control that, and it's like whatever they want to do, you've got to let them like go with what they like doing.
No, I think
Even if it's
I
something
think
you
you
don't
can
agree with.
control it. I mean, obviously until they get like 18, and then they want to go and get. I mean, I've got 3 daughters, but
even before that, if they're constantly like, I want to go and do this, and you're like, no, you can't. Oh, no. And they're like, I want to go and do this. I want to go and do this. I want to go and do this. And they're constantly showing an interest in something, and whether you think it's good or bad for them or not, it's like, what do you do?
I'm just so against getting punched in the face, like so against it. I think even if it's not hard, I hate the fact of getting punched in the head. It does so much damage. I'm like, I went right off the fence, and me and you were in a text with Brendan Chabb the other day, and we had Stipe Miocic was in the gym. Such a nice fella, and I texted Brendan and Glenn. I sent him the picture, and I went, you know what? I even though he's a world champion, I feel sorry for him.
Yeah,
because
he's making a living fighting.
Aye.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'll love it, and I might probably love it. And then even all my friends and Brendan agreed, like it's a shitty way to.
This is why I love like fighters who are defensive masters, because they come out of it like still fine.
Right.
Do you know, like pure boxers who don't get hit and win fights by boxing.
Yeah.
Like that's why I like that style compared to someone who's just come forward and take punishment and try and knock someone out.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm like, all right, it's good and it's entertaining, and casual fans are like, oh, he comes forward or whatever. But I have way more respect and prefer the style of someone who can box, because they're likely to retire like still with, you know, everything intact. You know, just look at Mayweather.
Definitely. I think this is the longest podcast we've done. I think I've got through all the questions, and I've never looked on Facebook yet. But the reason why, the main reason why I wanted to do this Boxing Life podcast was the question and answer was because I looked on the stats, and from 2017, the most listened to podcast was the other one that we
where we talked for about 5 days.
Yeah.
I'm surprised people stay switched on this time. I think like for this long listening to us talk.
Yeah.
It's good though. Thanks to everyone for checking these out and for all your questions.
Oh, by the way, if you follow Glenn Holmes on Instagram, did you see his video? What was all that about, mate? Why do you think you're a rock star now?
So, do we